What if I told you, your legs aren't weak because you're aging? They're weak because something inside you has gone quiet. And all it takes is one forgotten food to wake it back up. Not a workout. Not a supplement. A simple food, hiding in your fridge. And here's the shocking part. New research shows it can restore leg strength in just 12 hours. That's overnight. So if you felt your legs getting slower, stiffer, heavier, if stairs feel steeper, balance feels shakier, you're not just aging. You're slipping into a silent shutdown. But in the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly how to flip the switch back on. The timing, the food, the science, all revealed. Stick with me. Because every second you wait, your strength is slipping away. Researchers from top universities are uncovering something radical. Your muscles aren't vanishing. They're just disconnected. Imagine your legs as powerful machines. But someone unplugged the cables. That's why you feel slower, not weaker. But the right food, at the right time, can plug them back in. Fast. In some cases, overnight. Let me ask you something. Have you ever stood up and felt wobbly? Like your legs hesitated? Maybe you blamed it on age. But what if age isn't the villain? What if the real problem is hidden deep in your nerves? The wires that tell your muscles to move. And they're breaking down. Not because you're old, but because your body's not getting what it needs to keep the signal strong. This isn't just about strength. It's about independence. Walking confidently. Getting out of bed without help. Living without fear of a fall. Here's what the science says. As early as your 40s, the connection between your brain and muscles begins to fade. Not because of damage, but because of nutrient deficiency, inflammation, and something called neuromuscular disconnect. But here's the good news. That connection can be rebuilt. Quickly. And it starts with one food. This food doesn't just build muscle. It reactivates it. Like flicking the on switch for your strength. And we're not talking about some expensive superfood from the Himalayas. This is simple, affordable, and already sitting in kitchens across the world. In just a moment, I'll tell you what it is. But first, you need to understand why it works so fast. The real issue isn't your muscles. It's the broken signal from your brain. And guess what controls that signal? Amino acids, B vitamins, and a brain chemical called acetylcholine. These are like batteries for your nervous system. And if they're low, your muscles won't fire, no matter how much you try to move. You could do squats all day and still feel weak. But when you feed your body the right nutrients, you don't just feel stronger. You wake up dormant muscle fibers. Fast. A study out of the University of Calgary proved this. Older adults with weak legs still had intact muscle structures. Their problem wasn't mass. It was messaging. Their muscles were there, but offline. And the right nutrition brought them back. This is where the 12-hour turnaround begins. And now, it's time to show you how to trigger it. This food is loaded with a nutrient that scientists call a molecular trigger. Because the moment it hits your bloodstream, it flips the switch on muscle regeneration. It activates a pathway in your cells known as mTOR, your body's master switch for building and repairing muscle. And here's what's wild. One serving of this food can kickstart that process in hours. We'll break it all down in the next section. The food, the dosage, and the exact timing to make it work. But before we dive in, ask yourself this. Are your muscles truly weak, or just waiting for the signal? So what is this food? Eggs. Yes, you heard that right. 2 whole eggs, especially the yolks, are among the richest natural sources of choline, the critical precursor to acetylcholine, the exact chemical your brain needs to command your muscles to move. Think of choline as the fuel line between your brain and your legs. And when that line dries up, your muscles stop listening. But feed your body eggs, just 2 whole eggs, and within 6 to 12 hours, you may feel a noticeable difference in power, control, and balance. Let's go deeper. A 2012 review published in Nutrients highlighted that choline consumption can boost acetylcholine production within a few hours, especially when the brain is under movement demand. Which means, if you eat eggs before activity, you're giving your brain exactly what it needs to light up your neuromuscular system. And this isn't theory. Clinicians are now using high choline meals as a non-drug approach to support muscle reactivation in older adults. So here's your simple morning power-up protocol. Step 1. Within 30 minutes of waking, eat 2 whole eggs, not just whites. You need the yolks, where choline lives. Step 2. Pair them with a leucine-rich protein source, like whey protein, Greek yogurt, or even cottage cheese. Step 3. Add a cup of dark leafy greens, like spinach or kale, to your plate. These boost absorption and add anti-inflammatory power. Step 4. Go for a 15-minute walk within 60 minutes of that meal. That walk wakes up your motor neurons, opening the gate for nutrients to flood into your leg muscles. The result? A faster signal, more responsive muscles, and yes, noticeably stronger legs, often within hours. Now, if you're plant-based or avoiding eggs, don't worry. You can still get choline from soybeans, Brussels sprouts, and quinoa. But here's the key. You'll likely need more quantity to match the power of 2 eggs. And their bioavailability, how well your body can actually use the choline, is lower. If you're fully plant-based, you may consider choline bitartrate supplements. But always consult your doctor first. Here's something else you should know. Choline doesn't just help your legs. Sharpens your brain. It's a key nutrient for focus, memory, and cognitive resilience. So when you restore your choline levels, you're not just strengthening movement, you're upgrading the entire control center. That's why some users report clearer thinking and more balanced emotions within 24 hours of following this protocol. So now your legs are waking up. Your brain is firing faster. And here's where we stack the next domino. Imagine trying to grow a garden with a kinked hose. No matter how rich the soil or how bright the sun, your plants can't thrive without water. That's exactly what's happening inside aging legs. If blood flow is restricted, your muscles won't get the oxygen and nutrients they need to stay strong and energized. This is where the next superfood enters the story. It doesn't just help. It revs up your circulation like rocket fuel. So, what's the secret food that fires up your circulation like a turbocharger? Beets. Yes, those earthy red root vegetables most people walk right past in the produce aisle. They might be the missing link in your journey to stronger legs. Beets are packed with something called dietary nitrates. And when you consume them, your body transforms those nitrates into nitric oxide, a powerful molecule that widens your blood vessels, boosts blood flow, and unclogs the internal highways delivering oxygen and nutrients straight to your muscles. This isn't just theory. A 2015 study published in the Journal of Applied Physiology found that older adults who drank beetroot juice experienced a measurable boost in leg muscle power within just a few hours. That's right, hours, not weeks. And the improvements weren't random. They specifically activated fast-twitch muscle fibers, the very fibers responsible for quick movement, fast reactions, and most importantly, fall prevention. So if your legs have felt heavy, stiff, or slow to respond, Beets might be the shortcut back to feeling light, fast, and stable again. Here's your simple blood flow boost protocol. Step 1. Drink 250 to 300 milliliters of beetroot juice, or eat 1 to 2 medium-sized beets, about 90 minutes before any physical activity. That gives your body time to convert those nitrates into nitric oxide, just in time to open the floodgates when you need them most. Step 2. Stack this with 20 minutes of light movement. A walk, some stretching, or gentle cycling. Why? Because movement multiplies nitric oxide release. It's like opening the faucet and increasing the pressure. Step 3. If you want to go even further, Pair your beet routine with a bit of protein or leafy greens. That not only buffers any sugar spikes, but enhances nutrient absorption for even stronger results. Now, some folks worry about the sugar in beets. But here's the good news. Beets do contain natural sugars, but their glycemic load is low, especially when consumed before movement. And the performance benefits. They far outweigh any mild rise in blood sugar. In fact, when you pair beets with protein or fiber, you can almost eliminate that spike altogether. So no, you don't need to avoid beets. You just need to use them strategically. And when you do, your legs feel lighter, quicker, more alive. But we're not done yet. Because there's one more silent villain draining your strength. And it's not poor nutrition. It's not aging. It's not even lack of exercise. It's something you can't see, and you can't feel, but it's burning away your muscle from the inside. Chronic inflammation. In Part 4, we'll expose how this invisible fire is breaking down your strength day after day. How to tell if it's happening to you. And the one simple food group that can shut it off, naturally, safely, and fast. These aren't expensive pills. They're already in your fridge. And when you combine them with your egg protocol and beet routine, you unlock a triple action formula for restoring leg strength, fast. Imagine a low fire burning quietly beneath your floorboards. You can't see it. You can't smell it. But over time, it eats away the foundation. That's chronic inflammation. A quiet, system-wide breakdown happening inside your body. And for millions of older adults, it's slowly, steadily weakening their legs, without a single warning sign. Even if you're eating protein, even if you're staying active, inflammation hijacks the signals that tell your body to grow muscle. A 2020 study in the Journals of Gerontology found that older adults, with high levels of C-reactive protein and interleukin-6, two key inflammation markers, had significantly lower muscle strength and mass, even when their diets and exercise habits were considered healthy. Why? Because inflammation interferes with muscle repair, blocks mitochondrial function, and disrupts your nervous system's ability to fire muscle fibers properly. It's like trying to build a house during a thunderstorm. Nothing holds. But here's the relief. You can start putting out this fire, naturally, starting with what's on your plate. Enter dark leafy greens, kale, spinach, Swiss chard, arugula, mustard greens. These aren't just healthy foods. They're anti-inflammatory powerhouses, packed with polyphenol like quercetin, chlorophyll, magnesium, and plant-based nitrates. These nutrients directly downregulate inflammatory pathways, cooling the inner fire that's sabotaging your strength. One compound stands out: quercetin. Found in kale and mustard greens, quercetin acts like a molecular fire blanket. It suppresses inflammatory cytokines like IL-6 and TNF-alpha, which are linked directly to age-related muscle loss. In fact, a 2019 study in Frontiers in Pharmacology showed that quercetin-rich foods reduced inflammation markers within just 2 to 4 weeks, especially when combined with light exercise. So here's the protocol to stack with your eggs and beets. Add 1 packed cup of dark, leafy greens to your first meal of the day. Why morning? Because your circadian rhythm, your body's internal clock, regulates immune response and inflammation based on what you eat first. Add a little healthy fat, olive oil, avocado, or a few walnuts. This boosts absorption of key fat-soluble nutrients like vitamin K and beta-carotene. Optional boost: a splash of lemon juice or apple cider vinegar to aid digestion and enhance nutrient uptake. It may sound simple, but over time, this combo can reshape your immune response, reignite muscle repair, and restore a sense of strength and calm to your legs. Remember, this isn't about eating clean or going on a diet. It's about giving your body the clear signals it needs to turn off inflammation and switch on regeneration. Because when your body feels safe, when it knows it's nourished, it doesn't just maintain muscle, It fights to rebuild it. And now, you've got the tools to start that fight. But there's one last piece to this recovery puzzle. And it's something most people never consider. Not what you eat, but when. You've probably been told your entire life, eat enough protein. But almost no one talks about this. If your timing is off, your muscles won't use it. That's right. Even if you're eating the right food, eggs, whey, beets, greens. If you eat them at the wrong time, your body may not repair or rebuild muscle effectively. As we age, our bodies develop something called anabolic resistance. It's like your muscles are hearing impaired to the growth signals from protein. In youth, a few grams of protein flips the build muscle switch. In older adults, that same signal barely makes a dent, unless it's timed right. So how do we overcome that? Step 1. Spread protein across the day. Don't save it all for dinner. A 2014 study from the University of Texas found that people who evenly split their protein between breakfast, lunch, and dinner had 25% higher muscle protein synthesis than those who backloaded it all at night. Aim for 30 grams of protein at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Step 2. Eat protein within 60 minutes of light movement. This is the anabolic window, when your muscles are primed to receive nutrients. You don't need a gym workout. Just a 15 to 30-minute walk, gentle yoga, or stretching, followed by a protein-carb combo, like a smoothie, eggs with greens, or Greek yogurt with berries. Why carbs too? Because carbs raise insulin just enough to shuttle protein into your muscle cells faster. Step 3. Stop protein stacking at dinner. Your body can only use about 30 to 40 grams of protein at a time for muscle repair. The rest, it's burned or stored. So instead of a massive dinner, shift your nutrition front load. Eat more in the morning and midday, when your metabolism is higher, and your muscles are more responsive. Here's the real kicker. Your muscles aren't just about movement. They're your body's metabolic command center. They store sugar, burn fat, regulate hormones, even influence your brain function. Every bite you take is a message. You're either telling your body, let's rebuild, or let it rot. Let's bring it all together with one simple, science-backed protocol. You can try tomorrow morning. Step 1. Wake up and drink a beetroot-based smoothie. Add Greek yogurt or a vegan protein, a small banana, and a handful of spinach. Step 2. Go for a 15-minute walk. Just light movement to trigger nitric oxide and muscle activation. Step 3. Within 30 to 60 minutes, eat a protein-rich breakfast. 2 whole eggs, cottage cheese, and avocado on whole grain toast. Step 4. Add dark leafy greens to lunch. Drizzle with olive oil and lemon juice for absorption. Step 5. After your evening walk or stretch, have a light protein carb snack, like a smoothie or lentils with veggies. Just one day. Just one test. You may not wake up the next morning a superhero, but you might notice your legs feel less heavy, standing feels easier, and your energy has a spark again. This isn't wishful thinking. Your body was built to adapt, even as it ages. It just needs the right input, at the right time in the right amount. You've now seen the tools. Leucine to trigger repair. Choline to restore neural strength. Nitrates to fire up blood flow. Greens to turn off inflammation. And timing to tie it all together. So what's your next step? You don't need 20 different supplements. You don't need fancy gym routines. And you don't need to accept that weak legs are just part of aging. You need clarity, simplicity, and action. Try this protocol. Then come back and tell us what changed. Your comment might just inspire someone else to get up, stronger than before. And if this video helped you see your body differently, like, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. Because we're not just building strength. We're rebuilding confidence, one step at a time. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.